We are here in Tir Evron, in Pillars of Eternity. We have just gotten the favor of Hylia, the goddess Hylia. I have learned that the Burial Isle can be reached from Old Song, and I swore to Hylia that I would return the souls to Hollowborn children, and she gave me her power. And now that I have her divine favor, I can travel to the Burial Isle and pursue Theos. Dorval the Guard and Bargeman of Old Song has told me that the Burial Isle is unlike any other district in Twin Elms. The island is a burial ground for the Animfaths of the Six Tribes and a dangerous place. There is an ancient court there that can lead me to Theos. And so that's where we're going. I feel like we're propelling ourselves toward the end of the main story here. Let's go see what happens. I actually intended to start closer.
What is it like not to see your children for so long? I imagine it must be difficult.
Even in my souk, I'm on the hunt more than at home. But 5 years... it's been a strain.
Then to your good fortune. Ado Vidorio. May you see them all again
Give
soon.
me a reason to crack someone's skull. Anything.
Durance. They were talking there. Yeah, so... this is actually the second time that I've started recording. I was going to start closer to my destination, but as soon as I walked out of here, something happened.
All right, then.
Stop right there. Okay. I'm stopped. Soldier and Iovara. Iovara? I know Iovara. The Phantom...
City, Inquisitor.
The Phantom Soldier raises his short sword to your chest.
Did you think you wouldn't be recognized here in your old home? I've seen your trials with my own eyes.
I have seen you light pyres with good people tied to them, people I'd known many a year. He seizes you by the throat, and your airway tightens, whether real or imagined you cannot tell. They deserve your confession. He raises the point of his sword, holding it a hair's breadth from your eye.
Suros, what are you doing?
Startled, the soldier releases you immediately and turns to face the speaker, a woman in a plain wool tunic, fully a head shorter than he, but somehow seeming to tower over him. You have seen this woman's face before, but from afar, bloodied and burned as she lay stretched across an iron wheel. At the moment, it is marked only with concern.
An assassin sent by the Inquisition, my lady, daring to approach our camp.
If he is so poor an assassin as to approach an armed guard in daylight, I should have nothing to fear. I would hear what this man has to say. She stares him down until he can no longer face her. He turns away, sour-faced, watching you through sidelong glances, his knuckles white around the pommel of his sword.
My own brother returned home. I never dreamed this day would come.
I just wanted to see you again. You've put yourself in great danger to do this for my sake. I'd never have asked it of anyone, especially one whose safety means so much to me. But there are few things stronger than the bonds of family. I should never have doubted we'd be united one day. Reunited, that is. Whatever your reasons, I've missed you over all these years. Having you here now, at a time when I'm surrounded by strangers, is a wonderful gift. I would
like for you to stay here in our camp as my guest.
I'm going to have so much post-processing to do on this video, because there's so many sound issues to correct.
My Lady Ivara, I beg of you. This is an Inquisitor. This is a desperate attempt on your life. The only way it can succeed is if you allow it to.
No longer able to remain quiet, the soldier approaches Iovara and puts his hand on her shoulder, turning her aside. His voice is hushed, but by no means private.
This is a missionary, same as I was. Taught the wrong things as I was. If I can't have faith in one man's ability to reason, once he knows the truth, what hope do we have?
Oh, she's so naive.
We have many former missionaries here. They are our most loyal, our most helpful. Many have died for us. These are not people we should be turning away. And if the Inquisition wants my life, they can have it. But they know as well as I do that my cause will not die with me. Come, we have much to talk about.
Iovara beckons you somewhere behind her. Oh, guys, I had another daydream about my sister. It's getting very disturbing. I think I'm about to betray her. Well, we are off to face down Theos. So last time Durance came to the realization that Magran has just been using him this whole time. I'm not sure I fully understood that whole thing, but the point of it is that Magran's been used. And he was somewhat upset about it. I'm not sure what it all means. I'm not sure I really understood Durance's story arc, his character arc. And did it even matter? Did any of it matter? I'm not sure I understood Eddar's story arc, which seemed to have just sort of died out, just sort of disappeared. I haven't really explored anybody else's story arc. I'm not sure I really understood what happened with Aloth either. He just sort of made a decision to either get rid of what was her name? Isildur? He just sort of decided, oh, I'm not gonna listen to Isildur anymore. And then she vanished? I didn't really understand that. I don't know. Story-wise, I feel like this game has been kind of hit or miss. But it's at least interesting enough to continue, so... Here we go, talking to Dorval, going to Burial Isle.
Hail, Estramor.
It has been a long time since an outsider sought passage to the Burial Isle. I'm ready to go across. Dorval inclines his head in acknowledgement. I will take you across. Take care that you do not lose your footing. These waters have a fickle temper. Looks like a lovely place. With all the dark clouds and spooky statues. I've reached the shores of the Burial Isle. Somewhere in the island, the Court of the Penitents offers a way into Breith Eaman and to Sun in Shadow. Okay, thanks, Dorval.
This does look like Theos' kind of place.
Do you remember when we were children, and the missionaries came to tell us about the gods? They told us we could see them in the stars. And we snuck out one night and climbed the watchtower in the old fort because we thought we could see them better from up there. That fort burned down a few years ago when we cast the missionaries out. It was the missionaries who set fire to it. They didn't want us to be able to use it. Shame. There was history in that fort.
You're making me feel guilty, Iovara. That fort had outlived its use. It was a false sense of security. It was that. For me as much as anyone. Seeing it burn, it made me think. She looks at you. This is your home as much as it is mine. Do you worry about it? Our being here puts Creatum at risk. I wish I could say I thought otherwise, but hearing someone else say it helps settle some thoughts in my mind. I miscalculated.
I miscalculated many things since this began. I'm relieved you weren't one of them. It's a good thing we didn't hang you.
I wish you would decide whether you're going to talk or not. It makes it really difficult for me to read the text.
I always knew this path would have consequences, but I never wanted to see Creatum suffer on my behalf. I don't think I can stay here any longer. I am told the Inquisition is gathering an army, that they have sent messengers to bargain with rulers from distant lands. Creatum is not built to withstand a siege. If war is coming, I should be doing what Theos is doing. I will need allies. Allies on a stronghold that can resist an invading army.
You can feel words formed long ago rising in your throat like a toxic black bile. Have you thought about Oceanus?
Oceanus. They have held off many would-be invaders, and their king has no love of the Inquisition's faith. I wonder, would he listen?
Yes, go to Oceanus. Yes, go there, Iovara. Nothing bad will happen to you there. Oh, you guys. Having those daydreams again. It's really weird and spooky. Oh, wow, okay, so we have to travel through the Isle to get to where we're going. Yeah. Ghosty things just attacked me. Uh-oh. Feral druids.
That's it!
Oh.
I'm ready.
This thing is... That's not very helpful.
I feel like I can just let the AI handle this. Oh. Asian Guala has arrived. Ah, my puppy dog.
Kind of stuck over here.
Oh, she automatically healed. Good job.
Of course.
Do you think we're going the right way, guys? I don't know. I'm just following you. Are we supposed to fight through a bunch of things? You'd think it would be easy to just get to the final destination. Do I know where I'm supposed to go here? I'm just supposed to find the Court of the Penitents. Oh, I'm gonna absorb some blue energy, you guys. Yeah, blue energy. Here's some more blue energy. This must be the right way. This is the burial grounds. Burial grounds for what? Will-o-wisps and shades and swamp lurkers, apparently. Okay, let's back up a little bit. I would like to back up just a tiny little bit. Thank you very much.
What?
I'm gonna cast Halt on that specter. And then step back. Whoops. Oh, man. I cast Halt on him because I was hoping that I could just step away from him without disengaging, but that didn't work.
Dead on!
Let's do let's knock all these people down in the back. Oh, they're all immune to it. That's not cool. Gads.
That's it!
Ah, my paladin's taking some damage. Let's heal herself. Heal yourself, paladin.
Ready, Watcher.
Ah, what is that? Black tendrils. Terrified. I'm quite frightened. Oh no, puppy dog went down. It doesn't matter. We won the day anyway. Oh, there's a body.
All right, then.
It's got an Adraban Amulet. Carved from a solid piece of Adra and decorated with woven brass, this amulet appears to be extremely old. It is slightly warm to the touch. It sounds like something that would be good for the paladin. Surely they won't mind. Oh, I gotta take her feathered cloak off. Surely they won't mind us stealing their precious artifacts. Oh, there's another one.
I shall be discreet.
Ooh, damn. Exceptional battle axe. Scroll of Maelstrom requires 10 lore. War paint. What does war paint do? Oh wow, it does a lot of buffing stuff. Probably should do that. And there's another one. More loots. Well, it's not the place I'm trying to get to. Oh boy. More prisoners and stuff. I'm seeing a lot of visions, you guys. I hope we're close to the end, because I don't know if I can take any more of these visions. I'm getting hit by blue glows again. The blue glows are getting me. Oh, there's a big statue. I think we're getting close to the right place. Oh, we're fighting again.
That's it!
Uh-oh. They gotten behind us? They're everywhere. Ah, everybody's paralyzed. Oh, damn, Durance is almost dead. How'd that happen?
I'm ready.
Yeah. That one's near death. That one's only injured. Okay, let's turn some folks. Oh, wow.
I'm ready.
Ah, she's paralyzed or something. What is he casting? He's casting a heal. Come on, cast that heal, man. Oh, no. Okay, our paladin went down. Alright. Alright. I think it's time for some concussive missiles. Ooh, somebody blew up. Ah! Our healer just went down too. Oh, this is not going well. Let's turn some more things here. Let's do some mind blades on a sea and Guala. Oh, hit him. She's almost down. Come on. There, she's down. One left. One specter left. There we go. And one shade that's been charmed.
That's not very...
And the last shade is down. Wow. I feel like maybe we should have brought some more campfires with us, you guys. I only brought 2 with me. Because I feel like we're gonna need to camp here in a second.
All right, then.
Maybe we should just go ahead and do that now. Alright, one camp left. Oh boy, a bunch of blue stuff.
Another turn, Inquisitor.
Theos signals some unseen attendant standing beside a large crank.
I ask again, Jovara Ixensios, do you confess to these heresies of which you stand accused?
He waits, but Jovara only stares straight ahead, her face stony, the creak of her restraints the only sound.
Do you confess to apostasy?
I confess to renouncing a mistake.
Strands of thin spittle spanning from one lip to the other, like spider's threads.
Do you confess to conspiracy against the one true faith?
I confess to opening minds.
Do you confess to false prophecy?
I confess to following a false prophet.
Indeed. And where might we find this heretic?
Theos pauses, his eyes narrow.
He wears the robes of a Grand Inquisitor.
You have no followers here, heretic. Your lies hold no sway in the court of the penitents.
Only my truth, then.
Yovara seems to look directly at you.
Another turn.
No! Wait! Wait! I'm ready. I'm ready.
You are ready to give a confession?
I'm ready to hear one from you.
Theos shakes his head and points at the Inquisitor, and the scraping grind of rusted gears echoes in your mind as the apparitions fade away. Oh man, you guys, these daydreams are getting kinda heavy. They're getting kinda intense.
If this doesn't inspire faith in the gods, I don't know what will.
Leap into the pit is my next thing. Oh, we've had an Ivory Horn added. Explorers in Ir Glenfath discovered an ivory horn of disputed provenance. Many Glenfathans believe it was stolen from an Engwithan rune, but the explorers claim it was dropped by an early dwarven expedition. The explorers were waiting for Deerwooden arbitration in Ina's Rest when thieves attacked the group, killed several members, and stole the horn. Its current whereabouts are suspected to be somewhere along the Iron River. That sounds like something Kana would be interested in. Man, that was a tense scene there. I'm kind of invested in this, Iovara, Theos, and me story. I don't really know what's going on there, but I'm anxious to see how it turns out. I guess we're jumping down the hole. A great pit lies in the shadow of the statue of Wudiga. No light from the surface reaches the bottom, but even so, you catch flickers of a ghostly glow in the depths. A wind from the pit buffets you. It isn't cold, but it raises goose flesh along your arms. The wind carries a whisper, low and sibilant. As you look into the pit, souls gather around you. They encase you in a cloud of essence that swirls around your body while you consider your next move. Well, Drem's giant dragon-slaying merchant crew, it is time to jump into the pit and into our doom. Ha! You jump, trusting in the promises of the gods and the power of the souls to bear you safely down. The sudden drop takes your breath away, but the souls catch you, encasing you in a shining, thrumming aura. But while they slow your descent, you can still feel that you are falling faster than you should. The essence flowing around you is strong, but chaotic. You find yourself drifting toward the wall. Palagina falls with you for a moment, but seems oddly buoyant during her slow descent, feathers fluttering silently along her arms and the sides of her face. Suddenly her golden eyes grow wide and she shouts out, "Look out, Drem, the wall!" I'll reach for you, Palagina. You reach out and feel a hand, strong and sure, wrap around your forearm. It tugs you away from the wall just as you feel your toe graze something. You manage to spread your arms and legs into an X, steadying your position and the rate of your descent. You reach the court of the penitents, millennia-old stones safely under your feet. That was dramatic.
After what seems like an eternity, your rapid descent comes to an abrupt end. You remain still for a moment while your heart settles and your eyes adjust, breathing in stale, forgotten air. Before you, A narrow and eroded walkway becomes faintly visible in the dim light, cutting a winding path through a cavern so expansive it seems a world unto itself. In the distance, you can make out the cold gleam of living Adra veins that spike and fork in and out of view from the murky depths beneath. Their glow a faint and fleeting guide along the ancient trail. You look above at the opening you jumped through, now barely a speck of light like some distant star alone in the cosmos and forever out of reach. Your only way lies ahead.
Well...
That
memories...
went better than I expected.
Think I dislocated my... That's better.
Everyone all right? No shattered knees? Good. Just me, then.
Wow. Memories of the Ancients. I have done as the Delamgen advised. I have been carried safely into the depths of Breith Eaman with the blessing of the gods, who would have me stop Theos before he sends the souls of Deerwood's Hollowborn to be consumed by his goddess Woodaka. Whether or not that happens, we would seem to have unfinished business, and I need to find him as soon as I can. The whispers in my mind are louder now, and no amount of rest is any relief. By the time I reach him, I may be as lost as Merwald was. Okay, guys. We're in the pit. Let's save the game. The pit start. I don't know how much more is in the game, but I feel like we're heading for a dramatic final encounter. I only have one campfire, but we're as rested up as we're gonna get. Ooh, statues. A millennium's worth of dust fills in the cracks and crevices of this skeletal relief. Oh, it's a female and male skeleton. A millennium's worth of dust. That's the sign of somebody. Okay, you guys.
Keeping an eye out.
Okay, you guys, there's traps. We should watch for traps. Remember, we're really bad at traps. Drem's giant dragon slaying merchant crew is very bad at finding traps. I will scout ahead. I found a Soul Adra prison. I don't see any traps, though. We are lucky that we didn't get hit by that trap, I think. Oh, enemies. So much for just a conversational finale. It appears that we will, in fact, be fighting at the end of this game. Which means we're probably gonna have to use up our last campfire. Alright, nobody die. Oh! That specter is annoying. Keeps throwing paralysis blasts. Ugh. Okay, where do we go? I feel like I'm very underprepared for this. It's another specter. Ugh. Spectres are the worst, you guys. The literal worst.
Lava will be on seek! This thing isn't doing the job.
Alright, we charmed one of them. Charm another one. Charm them all!
That's it!
Oh, that's an Adraban Amulet. Oh god, another Adraban Amulet.
It's no use.
Let's have it!
Oh man, they're all sort of coming in there.
Hi? That's not...
Okay, why is that Spectre coming over there? We don't want that Spectre here. Get that Spectre out of here.
No.
Oh. Fortunately, they're all sort of stacked up in the hallway there. Okay, one of them's down.
Can't get a...
Spectre there.
Very helpful.
Yeah. Somebody keeps shooting Durance. Oh man, they're just exploding like crazy.
I need something stronger.
You can do it, Pelagina. Well, she does keep missing, though.
What?
Dead on!
Alright. Let's throw some extra accuracy. Go.
What?
And some armor.
That's not very helpful.
One left. Got him. I was testing to see how well the AI did there. So I feel like that went pretty well. So that was a... What was that? That was an Adraban Amulet, which is a level 9 creature. So that's right at our level. Let's quick save. So this is where all the bad guys came from, so I feel like we should go this way. Check for traps. Oh, that was close. Close call. I can't disarm it, you guys. I'll have to go around it. Don't trigger that trap. Don't trigger it. Go single file. Single file past the trap, everybody. Okay, that didn't help. You triggered the trap anyway. Oh, Aloth. I have a severe burn now. This looks like
Keeping an eye out.
an important place. Oh, fade to black. A column of Adra rises above you, stoic and silent, its ridged layers a measuring stick for the passing of ages. It feels to you as a thick block of ice, and you perceive buried deep in its core A dim, flickering flame, all but extinguished, yet preserved against the ravages of the elements. At your approach, the flame seems to steady and draw strength, and the layers separating it from you melt away, and you are bathed in its glow, a bright beacon in the gloom. Iovara's portrait has some scars on her face now. The glow seems to fade, as though you had adjusted to its intensity, and there where it was, Iovara seeps into existence, an Aedalic shade hovering above the moist prison floor. Though ageless, she appears somehow different to you now, a slight stoop to her carriage perhaps, or a trace of sunkenness in her eyes. There is a broad scar across her face, fibrous and wormy, where flames once lapped, unhealed even in death.
Hello, brother. It has truly been ages. You are so different now from who you were then, yet much remains the same. Old troubles with a new face. What is it that has brought you here?
It would seem that I have unfinished business here.
I'd hoped after our last discussion you would find what you sought. Has it eluded you all this time?
I think it has because I don't know what you're talking about.
I can only guess your presence here has something to do with Theos. The energy of this place changes when he is near. I don't know what he has done, but I do know of the souls that pass through here now. They do not come by choice.
Theos diverted them from the cycle. He seeks to empower Wudica and to blame Animancy for the damage he's caused.
After all this time, he would still stand against the tide.
You knew me when Theos did. There's something I need to know about that time.
I will tell you what I remember.
There's something about that lifetime my soul can't let go of. I need to know what it is, and I'm running out of time. I see moments from that life. Of you, of the Inquisition, of Theos.
I can see his influence, still hanging like a weight about your neck. So it always was. He had inspired something in you. We spoke of him the last time you were here also. It was just after the trial. You were agitated. I think because you started to consider that what I was teaching may have been true.
And what was that? Yarva's mouth tightens and her brow furrows, a look of pity. Her eyes shift back and forth between each of yours, as if looking for something that would help her decide whether to speak.
That the gods aren't real.
What? Palagina throws her head back and laughs gleefully. Of course not. It all makes sense now.
That can't be. We've been following them for thousands of years. If that's true, she's not serious.
Perhaps not to her. Many are those whom the gods have scorned. This is petty retribution.
That doesn't seem possible.
What I taught was that the gods whose faith we had been spreading were not gods at all, but something else entirely. Something created by people.
Who created these gods, and what for?
They were conceived by Engwith, a society of high minds and broad concerns. Theos' people. In their time, every people worshipped its own gods. Sometimes they warred over it. After a few wars of their own, the Engwithans sought an end to it. They devoted all their energy to finding the true creators. Generation after generation, they prodded and worked the stitching of the world and unlocked its secrets. One day, they found an answer. Except the answer was no answer at all. There were no gods to be found. Or if there ever were, they were gone. It shook them, this finding. If they could discover this on their own, how long until others would? How long before war and chaos reigned over a world without consequence? But they had mastered many things in their pursuit of these answers. And with their mastery, they crafted their own gods to fill the void, and sent missionaries to the corners of the world to spread their faith.
Is this why you started your own faith?
I never thought of it as faith, but I think you are right to call it that. Let the world see. Let them decide what to do. That was my faith. I became a missionary because the gods brought me hope that I wanted to bring to others. For a time, the truth sent me to a dark place. Then the day came when I realized nothing had changed, that I still had a purpose, and the purpose was the same and it was worth living for. I began questioning the other missionaries in public, exposing their parlor tricks. In time, their following became mine.
How did you discover this about the gods?
The Nguithan missionaries all knew it, but they never told the rest of us. They meant it to be a secret that died with them, and in the end, they allowed their bloodlines to fade from memory. I had been assigned to join a few of them at a temple. I found the door to their chambers closed, but the room was stone and the door thin. Their voices carried. I heard enough. I investigated the things they spoke of, and everything was there, just as they said it'd be.
Later on, after I left the Order, a few Nguithans found my words persuasive and joined my cause. They revealed what I did not already know. Is it true, what you taught?
You asked me this once before. Nothing I can say would be any proof, and it may be certainty your soul craves. Resolution. But if you are bound for the same place Theos directs these souls, you will see for yourself as you once did. Everyone faces this truth at one time or another. Few confront it. Few have the stomach to ask what if. And in avoiding the question, they deny themselves an identity of their own.
Yovara scans her audience in silence, her eyes thoughtful, lingering on each member of your company in turn, finding interest in things unseen.
What if all the tragedy, all the persecution, came in defense of an imposter?
But that's not... That can't be right. Aethys, he's done miracles for people.
The power of the gods is undeniable. The truth of the story they weave is not. What if it were forbidden knowledge rather than fault that earned your doom? What of your guilt?
She turns her attention to Durance.
I have seen with my own eyes the deceptions of my goddess. The Watcher has shown me as much. But it was not until now that I understood how truly desperate she was. The depths of her deception.
You speak of her deceptions, but what of your own? Was it her words that led you down your path? Or was it the absence of her words? A gap that you filled with your own broken thoughts?
Beads of sweat coalesce on Durance's forehead and trickle down the sides of his face in streaming rivulets, as though he were a block of ice standing before a great pyre.
What if you had always been alone, without guidance?
Her eyes settle on Aloth.
Then it's because I've managed to find my own direction. But how many can find purpose and satisfaction in the reality you offer? Would it comfort the grieving families to know that their children were hollow-born over a war of ideas? Would it quell the riots in Defiance Bay? However the gods were created, they exist now. That's what matters.
It is no offer of mine, this reality. It exists whether you accept it or not. And these things you speak of, these ills in need of a cure, ask yourself, if the gods had no influence, would these things exist at all? Or would the world be better off? What if our burdens come to us not because they are meant to be, but because they happen to be?
We fulfill them anyway, because they still matter to the people around us, even if we know better.
Sagani's face is rigid and sober.
What if even mastery over all things cannot answer the most basic of questions?
She considers Palagina.
I stopped asking those questions long ago. It is enough to care for those we love with the time we have in this life.
You feel the weight of Yorva's translucent eyes upon your soul. What if we can be assured of nothing? Then it is the questions that have always posed more value than their answers. I think.
A question is a journey, and a journey is what makes us who we are, it's true. But when one journey leads only to the next, then where may one find rest? I ask these things not to trouble you, but to show why they must be confronted. No answer is simple, but somewhere between them all lies a truth so beautiful, not even a god could conceive it. Do we not owe ourselves a chance to find our part in it?
I suppose we do. Even without assurances, there is still truth.
If that is truly what you believe, then you are a far different person than the one I knew. I've been alone here with my thoughts for so long now. I've found peace with my failures, and with my punishment. I no longer curse fate for what might have been. But there is one thing that has clawed and scraped at my mind all these years. One thing that will not be put to rest until I know. Until I understand.
For the first time, hints of doubt trace her serene visage.
I need to know why you chose to remain with the Inquisition, even after you'd learned the truth. Do you remember?
As she asks, the memory springs to your mind immediately, as though it had just happened. I resented you.
I think maybe I suspected. I just didn't want to believe it, not from you. When you showed up at my camp that day, I thought it would be like it had been before. I was careless. If you resented me then, I bear the blame. Good. Good. The things I taught, the things I believed, I needed to hear that. I needed to know it wasn't because...
Because I thought Theos was right? Because what? I needed to know it wasn't because, after everything you'd learned, you'd still rather believe in a lie. If that is the conclusion people reach once they know everything, then my purpose has been a mistake. Did my opinion matter so much to you?
I've always looked up to you, since we were children. You had heard both sides, seen everything. If not you, then who?
You're never going to be able to convince everyone of anything, true or not. There will always be dissent.
I expected dissent, but I needed to know that true faith would prevail. Perhaps I've been wrong to place so much importance on one person's actions. It was all I could do to feel like there was an answer. Even knowing what you've told me, some part of me knows it doesn't truly answer what I wished to know, nor will an eternity of silent contemplation. I will have only my guesses and suspicions, and that will have to do. And what of your understanding of our past? Are you at ease with the choice you made?
I see the world differently now than I once did. I regret what I did to you, and I wish your forgiveness.
I have always forgiven you. Whatever your reason, no quarrel of ideas can sever ties of blood and essence. No parting of ways can erase memories of times without worry. Times when even without gods, we were never truly alone. At first I thought this might be the source of your soul's anguish. But now I see I was mistaken. You are not divided on this matter. You have put it behind you. It is with Theos that your agony lies, in sun and shadow. Your questions are not for me, but for him. And it may be that only an answer from the mouth of Theos himself will satisfy your needs. Yet if there is anything I can tell you that would be of use, ask and you shall know.
Are you bound here until the end of time?
In a matter of speaking. This is Breith Eaman, the court of the penitents. Souls are confined here until they repent. They must beg the forgiveness of a god, pledge their soul to them, and they will be lifted from this place to the world above. In truth, they receive leniency, but not true mercy. The spite of Woodica is eternal. They linger above, at the side of the old court, and are not permitted to leave the island, forever severed from the cycle. This prison was full once in the days of the Inquisition, but time weathers all things, even will. I'm the only tenant who remains. Yet, I feel their presence strongly now, as it was in the beginning. You have brought many of them here. They cry out for the judgment of Theos. You have struck some bargain with the gods, then.
Better to be on their side than Woodica's.
Better to be on no side at all. Woodica may be the most dangerous of the gods, but make no mistake. Engwith built gods from ideals, and an ideal on its own is a grotesque and vicious thing.
I'm a little confused because a minute ago you said the gods weren't real, but now you're saying Woodica is the most dangerous of the gods. I'm a little confused.
But these souls, these forgiven the gods have bequeathed you like chattel. They were loyal followers in life. They will be with you to the very end.
Why don't you repent? You could be free of this place.
Last time someone asked me that, I was bound to an iron wheel with a broken spine. There are many things I've come to doubt about the choices I made in life. But that trial was my one moment of certainty, even without a chorus of gods to tell me I had been right. The gods need to be reminded that we have a spirit, and that spirit is proof against their power. They have the power to manipulate and confuse and ruin us, but not to change our will. I will remain here until the world crumbles and fades from existence, with joy in my heart, knowing I've shown them what they truly are.
So again, I'm a little confused. They're not real, but they have the power to manipulate and confuse and ruin us. So basically what you're saying is the gods are superheroes. They're not really. they're just sort of like people that have superpowers, but they don't really change fate or anything. Anyway, this place, Sun and Shadow, what is it? I could tell you what I believe, but again, it would be no proof. I have only seen what I have seen. I have only what I have seen, and what others have told me about it. There is only one man who can tell you now, who knows it is a certainty, who knows it to a certainty, and you shall face him soon enough. I will leave you to see it for yourself. Make your own judgments. Better for your soul that way, I think. How is it that you speak Adirian? I speak no language now but the wordless expressions of the spirit. It is through my connection to you that I am able to draw upon your words and form them as my own. That feels like a very nitpicky sort of a thing to ask. Do you know what it is I need from Theos?
I could not say for sure. But you have been to Sun and Shadow before, and it came at a crossroads in your life, when much of what you knew had been upended. I have to believe it will come to you there. Your concerns then were of loyalty and trust and the gods. Everything I told you seemed to send you further into doubt. His words mattered to you when you knew him then. After you and I spoke, you went immediately to seek him out. Perhaps you simply sought confirmation from the man you trusted. If something from that time still troubles you, it may be something he told you then, or refused to tell you. He keeps secrets better than any in this world.
Why has Theos done all this?
He cares only for the secret he keeps locked away. He destroys anyone who might discover it, no matter their chances. That's why he's always favored Woodica. It isn't in her love of promises or justice. It's her disregard for the rules. Her willingness to do what is necessary. To Theos, she's not a deity, but an ally with which to conspire. When her power waxes, she does as she pleases with this realm, as well as hers. And she wants that secret guarded as much as he. If Theos succeeds, there will be a shift in the balance of power among the gods. Woodica was vanquished once when the other gods decided she had gone too far and her power diminished. With this infusion, there is no telling what she will do. The only certainty is that there will be chaos in their realm, as well as ours.
Again, before you said the gods were not real, and yet you're talking about them as if they are real. I feel like I'm gonna have to study this dialogue later to figure out what you actually said before. Anyway, how can I get Theos to tell me what I need to know?
You will not find a more resolute being on all of Eora. There is no offer you could make, nor spell you could cast, nor pain you could inflict that would make him reveal what he hides. But I see you have become a watcher in this life. Perhaps in defeat, when he can no longer defend himself, you might learn something from him.
So I just have to beat him like he's the final boss in a game. I suppose it's time for me to go.
Theos will not wait for you. If you do not catch up to him now, you may never find him again.
Oh, wow. These are all bad. Help me strike the final blow against Theos. No, she won't do that. Your defiance here is an illusion. Your continued existence is proof of the god's dominion over all of us. No, she's not gonna buy that. If you hadn't planted doubt in my mind, long ago I'd be living a normal life right now. This is like revenge, no. Then I will waste no more time. Farewell, Yorva.
It is a cruel fate to wait all this time to be reunited with my only brother, only to be forced to part soon after. But then, what is life but a series of brief encounters with those we love?
Wise words.
If ever we should meet again, in this life or any other, I hope to find you at peace.
You too, Yorva. Wow, that was deep. Heavy and deep. Oh, there's an Adraban Amulet standing over there, I just noticed. Gonna quick save. I can't click on this this thing here. I can't click on the... There we go. The pillar tugs at your essence. A pulse from the world itself moves through it. I am not quite sure what to do now. I suppose we move on and face Theos. Oh, there's a door there. And there's a door there. Well, this video is really long, so I'm gonna take a break right here.